You wake up, you look in the mirror, and your belly fat is still there. No food, full sleep. But those first 45 minutes after you open your eyes might be the most important time for your entire day, especially if you want to stop storing fat. This is because of something called the cortisol awakening response. When you first wake up, your stress hormone cortisol naturally jumps to its peak. That's actually good. It's supposed to wake you up and get you moving. But most of us immediately sabotage that by grabbing the phone, pounding coffee, and rushing the most simplest tasks. What we're really doing is telling our body, hey, we're in danger! Hold on to fat! We might need it! Your belly fat literally listens to that message. It has 4 times more stress receptors than other fat on your body, so it takes your morning panic very personally. So today, we're not fixing your willpower. We're fixing how your body starts the day. No hype, no motivation talk, just a few simple steps that calm your system and tell your body, it's okay, you can use energy. You don't need to save it. To understand why mornings matter so much, you need to know one thing. Your body has a storage switch for fat. It's controlled by something called LPL. Its job is simple. Take energy from your blood and pack it into fat cells. Here's the problem. Belly fat, especially deep belly fat, is extremely sensitive to stress. It reacts much more to stress hormones than other fat areas. So when stress goes up, your waist is the first place your body protects. Now think about how most mornings start. You wake up dehydrated, your blood volume is low, your brain is still finishing its overnight cleanup. Then, phone screen, bright light, coffee, big stimulant hit, rush, notifications, noise. From your body's point of view, that feels like danger. Stress hormones spike higher. The storage switch turns on, your system gets one clear message. Not safe. Save energy. Hold fat. That happens before you eat anything. So even if you eat clean later, your body is already in saving mode. And saving mode loves belly fat. The fix is not more effort. The fix is calming your system early. We need to send safety signals, not alarm signals. And that starts with how you handle the first part of your morning. Here's exactly what to do. Step 1, the hydration signal. An adrenal cocktail. Most people start with coffee. That's a mistake. You lose around a liter of water just by breathing while you sleep, so you wake up thicker blood and a heart that has to work harder to move it. That alone raises cortisol. On top of that, your adrenal glands, the tiny organs on top of your kidneys that make cortisol, depend on minerals like sodium and potassium to stay calm. So, first move, a big glass of room temperature water with a pinch of quality salt, sea salt or Himalayan. Sodium helps your body feel resourced instead of stressed. Low sodium pushes your system to pump out more adrenaline and aldosterone just to keep blood pressure up. Add a squeeze of lemon for some potassium and liver support, and you've just lowered your body's internal alarm volume. Step 2, the caffeine delay, the 90-minute rule. This is the tough one, but it changes everything. During the day, your brain builds up adenosine, a molecule that makes you sleepy. At night, your brain clears most of it out, but when you first wake, there's still some left. If you slam coffee immediately, caffeine blocks the adenosine receptors. You feel alert, but the adenosine is still there, stacking up behind the blockade. But when the caffeine fades in the afternoon, the dam breaks. You crash hard. Your body responds with another cortisol spike, which leads to cravings and late-day fat storage. By waiting about 90 minutes, you let the natural morning cortisol spike do its job and allow adenosine to clear. Then, when you finally drink your coffee, it amplifies your already stable energy instead of patching over fatigue and triggering a crash. Step 3, the light signal. Set your clock. Your metabolism runs on a master clock in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. It decides when you release cortisol and when you release melatonin. If that clock is out of sync, cortisol never really shuts off. Overhead LEDs and phone screens are weak, confusing signals. They're bright enough to irritate your brain, but not strong enough to properly set the clock. So within 30 minutes of waking, go outside. No sunglasses if possible. 5 to 10 minutes facing the general direction of the sky, even on a cloudy day. Those photons hit your retina, send a signal straight to your hypothalamus, and trigger a healthy, sharp cortisol rise with a natural drop later. You're telling your body, it's morning, burn energy now, sleep later. Bonus. That same light boosts serotonin, which later converts into melatonin, setting you up for better sleep tonight. Step 4, the movement signal, optic flow. You've probably heard do HIIT in the morning to boost metabolism. But if you're already stressed, jumping straight into high-intensity training can be like pouring gasoline on cortisol. It sends a low-oxygen emergency signal to your system. A better move here is simple forward walking. Not just for the steps, but for something called optic flow. As you walk, the world moves past your eyes. This visual pattern directly calms the amygdala, the brain's fear center. So, a 10 to 15 minute walk outside gives you light and optic flow. Your brain reads this as, we're moving, we're exploring, we're in control, we're safe. That's the state where your body's willing to tap into stored fat, not guard it. Step 5, the mindset shield. Protect your dopamine. Now, the last step is about what you don't do. Now, don't check your phone for the first 30 minutes. When you scroll social media or emails right away, you blast your waking brain with dopamine spikes and stress signals. News, notifications, comparisons, problems to solve. You flip your nervous system into fight or flight before you've even stood up. If instead you delay the phone, you let your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode, set the tone for the day. That's not just good for your mind, it's huge for metabolism. A brain that starts reactive tends to stay reactive. A brain that starts calm keeps cortisol lower and steadier. Your belly fat doesn't need a miracle pill, it needs to know it's safe to let go. You stop telling it to hold on tight, it actually does release, naturally, over time, without the fight. Fix your morning, and the fat loss becomes almost a side effect of a body that's finally calm enough to work with you instead of against you.